I didn't totally grasp why to work with a distributor when I very first started out. And now I have really come to realize that they can truly help a sugaring professional be not only well educated and provide high quality products, but really truly support our growth. So, this episode will help you get to know distributors like Alexander's Aesthetics and why they chose Sugar of the Nile and decided to bring on a sugar line, and how a distributor like theirs can really help you to take your business to the next level. Check it out. Welcome back to this episode of The Sugar Show, beauty industry. I'm Shannon, your host, the Sugar Mama, and I am here today with Wendi Cee from Alexander's Aesthetics. Hi, everyone.
Hi. Hey there.
Okay, so we are going to dive right into this because there's so much that we could talk about. And I brought Wendi Cee on for many reasons. One, because they're a strong force in our industry. They're small little humans, but they're mighty. When you see Cee, you just want to wrap your arms around her. She's so tiny and cute. But really, I wanted to make sure people understand what a distributor is and how to work with a distributor, because I think it's really important to not just like order a product and go, right? There's so much more that you can do with a company like yours. So let's start with kind of the history of Alexander's Aesthetics. We'll start with you, Cee, and kind of how you were founded so people understand where this all began.
Okay, great. So let's see. First of all, I have to tell you that when we started this, I looked up the word distributor to find out exactly what the definition was. And it said a business that sells to customers. And I thought, well, okay, that's true, but Alexander's is so much more than that, honestly. And if that were the definition of my business, I probably wouldn't be in it, because people and vendors and clients are really what make Alexander's, and that's been from day one. But the history of Alexander's started with my husband's cousin, Alexander Desi, lived in San Francisco, actually was a high school teacher, got into the skincare industry, fell in love with skincare, and he opened a salon and was buying products from every Tom, Dick, and Harry, trying to meet his needs, and thought, there's a need out there, so let's go for it. So he started his second business, which is Alexander's Aesthetics, and started building with good products. He brought on Sotis and Cerapill Wax and Intrinsic and all of the name brands that really stood well in the industry. And he built that to a very large company. But he built it more with education, I think, than with product, even though product is our moneymaker. But he would do education with 200 people, bring in doctors to talk and educate, estheticians that were coming out of school, or even just been in the business for a long, long time and have missed out on a lot of it. So that's kind of his background. To carry that forward when he passed away was a big deal. I mean, I don't think we've met up to that expectation yet, but that is the direction that we've always stayed with, to build a good customer service with our vendors, our clients, and educate them. We work very closely with schools, and our staff is very educated on the products that we carry, and we're open to talk and get information for our clients all the time. So we're there for them. And I think that's the satisfying part of being in this kind of business. We're family owned, we're small, so we care about families. We care about our clients. And my daughter, after much convincing, decided that she really would try and open Alexander's in Colorado. And she has the same philosophy and the same approach to business that we have. You know, it's it's important that we all care for one another, not just during this time of the pandemic, but always. And it has always been our message. Yeah.
So Wendy, how did you decide to jump into the family biz? At what point were you like, this is good stuff. I need to open in Colorado. I mean, you probably have grown up with it your whole life then.
Well, not really, because, it just opened in, I mean, I knew about it, but, my mom took it over, 20 years ago. So I was in my 30s and already living in Colorado, so it wasn't the family business when I was growing up, if that makes sense.
Okay, it was his business, and then 20 years ago, you got to see. Okay.
Yeah. And so, my husband and I were in the high tech industry out here in Colorado. Very, great career, but volatile, a lot of layoffs and, those kind of things. And so we were kind of looking for something new. And my mom had said for years, you should open a store in Colorado. And so we finally really got serious about it because we were kind of ready for a new chapter. And so we got serious about it and, really looked into it. Our main concern was we want to maintain our family relationship, right? 'Cause working with family can sometimes, so we hired a mentor and they really guided us and it's worked out, it's really worked out fantastic. My mom and I have always been really close, so I think that helps. But it's just been a real eye-opener for me, first of all, to see my mom in this different light, which I think is a blessing because kids don't know what their parents do. And that sounds horrible, but even adult children, you don't always know. No. So it wasn't really until I got into it that I really, wow, this is what she's been doing for the
My mom is something else. You are a dynamo, lady. Let me tell you something about that.
Yeah, really.
In fact, I will tell you one of my favorite stories or my favorite things I think about you, see, besides the fact that you're just glowing with a giant smile whenever you see anyone, is when I started ordering. We figured out it was 16 years ago that I started ordering through Alexander's.
Can you believe it?
And I had a day spa in Lake Tahoe. And I started ordering a line called DDF way back in the day. And I'd call on the phone and order my products. And I met this very lovely lady on the phone named C. And I went down to Burlingame and I'd pick up a couple things and we got to know each other. And a few years later, I went to your booth must have been San Jose. And she turned around and lit up like a Christmas tree. You don't remember this, but she lit up like a Christmas tree and said, "Tahoe Spa Girl, how are you?" And that was actually my username on this little thread we had in a group before Facebook. Oh, dating myself. And see, you remembered me. And it went so far for me to understand that it wasn't just some order on the phone or some quick pickup of products. Like, you really remembered who I was, which is not difficult because I'm not shy, but you really remembered who I was and about me. And you actually recommended a few different things for me when I went when I went to your booth that I might not have thought about before. And that really helped me to understand what I had wasn't just ordering a product through you. I think I had wax sticks or something at the time that I was ordering. I really got kind of a one-stop shop and you were added to my network. And I think that's really important for people to understand is when you work with a distributor and a good one like you really get so much more than just ordering your sticks or, ordering some cotton rounds. You really get a one-stop shop. And I think to myself now, 16 years ago, would I ever dream that we'd be teaching side by side, that we'd be doing a podcast? I don't even know what a podcast was. I don't even think it was a thing back then, a radio show. But you never know where this beauty business will take you. So audience, please understand that my relationship with C and Wendy has been years of love and support from them. and care. And now we're working together in a different way. We worked together before. They helped me build my business. They helped me build who I am today. And now we're working side by side. So you just never know when you call up for those wax sticks that, that person, the effect they'll have in your life. So sidetrack. Yeah. Thank you. And I love you. But really, let's get back to the one-stop shop concept. Okay. And I think that's what people need to understand with a distributor is that purchasing. So for example, we know we love our sugar, right? So you selected Sugar of the Nile as the sugar paste of choice. Help us to understand when you choose a company like Sugar of the Nile, what are you looking for to bring to your customers?
Okay. Well, we met Emily and Mark at a trade show in Las Vegas. We had quite a few requests from our clients and schools about sugaring. We had kind of looked around, not really been excited about anything that we were seeing. But when I met Emily, there was a really wonderful connection. First of all, it was her mother's business and she took it over. So it's family run and it goes back for many, many years. So the company itself was solid. Emily and her husband work very hard together. They run the business themselves. Honest, hardworking, and really felt like we were immediately attached. Besides, they had this amazing product that we started to research and realize, my gosh, this is really a good sugar. And so we talked about it, and it was a little kind of bumpy start because we weren't really sure to get sugar all the way from Canada to California. It's a lot of working here and there. But Emily was in for it just like we were, and more than willing to work a trade show with us, come to Alexander's and do a sugaring class. And so from that bond forward, we said, this is the sugaring that we're going to stick with. We need somebody who stands behind their product and has an amazing product for a long time. And that's how we ended up with Sugar of the Nile, and we couldn't be happier.
Yeah, it is a nice combo. If you're wondering about the Sugar of the Nile paste that we've been referring to, Alexander's Aesthetics actually distributes this line. They are located in Canada, and they have distributors and educators all across the continent and abroad. Sugar of the Nile Professional Body Sugaring is proud to offer a professional quality product sold exclusively to estheticians and trained sugarists. The link to learn more about Sugar of the Nile can be found in the show notes. And let's hear what Wendi and Cee have to say about working further with a distributor. Yeah. Wendi, help the audience to understand not only just sugar, what are you looking for? Because not everyone is family business, Yeah. What are you looking for when you look for products? What's kind of your process, Wendi, on when you see a new product, like you have the Bend Beauty, for example? What are you looking for so that you can bring the right products to the market or to your audience, to your clients?
You okay? Want me to answer that, Mom?
Oh, yeah. I think she addressed it to you. Yeah.
So I think a couple things, really I've learned from my mom, but the things that we're looking for is first of all, a reputable company, that is, like my mom said, honest, and, we know that they're in for a partnership. We look at our distributor, our vendors as partners, not as just a product sale. So how we can help kind of build their brand, but also, build us as well so that we provide something good for the customer. So we're looking for that, somebody that is wanting to do a partnership. We do test our products prior to, bringing it on and introducing it. So we'll bring it on. Usually it's Tiffany that will test the products for a good period of time. Our estheticians still have working salons or spas that they work at, and they bring their products in and try them on with clients and, you know, those kind of things. So we look at those aspects to make sure that it's consistent. You know, it has a good name in the industry. It's affordable. You know, we want products that our clients are going to be able to afford. There's so much out there, and there's so many good products. You go to these trade shows and I don't know how, you know, estheticians choose, because there's so much to choose from. So we try to have a good sampling. You can't have everything, but things that are going to be affordable so that they can have a successful business with a really effective product.
Which is great, because you are really vetting the products for us and really looking at the customer service, the training. You know, it's not just about a great product. Like I said, it's about the training, the business acumen that company has, that you bring. And that way an esthetician doesn't have to weed through a trade show to find the hidden gems. You've kind of already done that for them.
Yeah.
And have everything as a one-stop shop for them to work with, for sure.
Yes. The other thing that we really look for too is training programs that the vendors have. Because
Right.
for training, you know, we want to make sure the more information that we can give to our clients, that we can give to them, that our vendors can give to them, the more successful they're going to be. So that's what we learned from Alex, you know, is the education piece is just so huge
For sure.
which is where you come in, obviously.
Yay!
I like to help.
Right.
Yes. So one of the things I teach my sugar tribe, which is our sugar babes who are advanced and really killing it in this industry, is to engage, is to really don't just pick up the phone or click, you know, buy, but to really engage. And I'm really excited for all that you've done in lockdown to pivot. And you have engaged with your audience and done, how many webinars did you do in the lockdown?
Oh my gosh.
20 webinars in the lockdown with all your different products and lives. And you and I were on live, and we did, I mean, it was awesome. But I think the key is to understand that you and your staff should be engaged with. Don't just buy your sugar and be done. Put them to the test. Ask the girls at Alexander's, hey, what would I use to complement this? You know, because there really are other products that you have to complement the sugar line that you have. For sure. And get on those webinars, jump into those training sessions. Hopefully we can be live and do them in the training facility again. Your training facilities are gorgeous. I can see behind you, but your training facilities are gorgeous, and we need to open them up. Oh, this lockdown has just been torture. I want to get my hands on some students.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, but really, how can someone make the most of their experience with a distributor? How best can they engage with you?
Well, I think if they're local and can come in and be face-to-face is always ideal. You know, we really try and make the time. Our days get busy, but I think that one-on-one contact is very important. I know when Wendy started her business in Colorado, we went out and dropped by different salons to introduce ourselves and to have them invite them to an open house that Wendy was going to have. And I think she got quite a few clients from just that face-to-face contact, because they could see Wendy's sincere personality and caring, and I think it all took over. But I would say to them, take our classes. Go on our website, read up on the products. Farhana, our marketing VP, does an amazing job on our website, and she takes every product that needs a breakdown on what the ingredients are, how to use it, what skin type, blah, blah, blah. And there is a ton of information in there for the estheticians, but we always like that one-on-one contact. And because we can't do the trade shows. I mean, I don't think the San Jose show is going to happen. The Las Vegas show obviously didn't happen, but Farhana and Wendy put together an amazing Las Vegas, what was it called, Wendy?
The virtual Vegas trade show, virtual
Vegas show, just to keep in contact with our clients. So I think it's very important that our clients feel comfortable and call us and build that relationship. And I think that's our strength. I think our strength is building relationships and educating. And I don't think anybody can know everything about sugaring except for you, Shannon, of course, but.
Well, I don't know if I know everything. Actually, I probably.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you can get enough education. That truly is my thought.
I learn something new every day, for sure. I learn things from Tiffany. She learns things from me. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I want the audience to really understand is, you know, you go to order a tub of paste from Alexander's, and let me tell you what else springs from that. You can get internal nutrition, because a lot of times if the body isn't completely healthy, the skin reacts, right? So you might get ingrowns, you might have reactions. So things like your Bend Beauty, I keep saying that, but I think it's a fabulous product. You can get PPE, so masks, gloves, disinfectants, things like that. You can get, I'm kind of like, you know, the hub is sugar paste for us, right? But let's think about it like the spokes of a wheel. So you can get your PPE, your disinfectant, your cotton rounds, your 4x4s, your sugar mat, I mean, really everything that you need can come in one box to get yourself started.
Right.
You know, all of the products that, if you're watching on the video, all your products behind you, Wendy, can benefit. Yes. Think about it. A really beautiful product line like Hale and Hush for sensitive skin. You can work with Hale and Hush and ask Wendi Cee, Farhana, whoever answers the phone, hey, I really like Hale and Hush. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? And go straight to the source. And you might actually bring some sensitive skin skincare products in to benefit your sugaring clients, right? So it really is like more than just a one-stop shop, one-stop product. It is all of the things that you will need can come in one box, and you don't have to use multiple vendors necessarily.
Right. Yeah, good point. And the other thing that I think is important for people who might be watching, if there is a request or a need for something, I mean, we can't possibly carry every line or every product out there, but like the sugar, we didn't carry sugar for a long time. And it was this constant reminder that every once in a while we really got our clients who were saying, what about sugaring? And then pretty soon you're saying, okay, I'm starting to hear a lot about this. Let's look into it and think about bringing it on. Not that we can bring everything on, but we certainly look at that, right, Wen?
For sure. I mean, it's kind of that way with Bend Beauty. You know, we heard about Bend Beauty through a trainer from Cerapill, actually, who, you know, has a really close relationship with my mom. And she was at a trade show with us, and she was, you know, and so it's those kind of things that we start hearing about, you know, new things that people need or whatever. I wanted to add one other way that people can connect with us, because Farhana works so hard on our social media and does such a great job. So for people that can't come in, we have a pretty active Instagram page that we have a lot of, you know, information on there as well. So people and Facebook too. Seems like we do, you know, Instagram's a little bit more active, but we do also do stuff on Facebook as well. I want to make sure people can connect to us that way.
Yeah, which is great, because they can just DM you and say, hey, what is this about, you know, this sugar of the Nile, Inbigon, or the, you know, what is it about this, right? And
I mean, our staff is, we have our staff that fills products and, you know, does orders all day. They're also estheticians. And so we get people that call in all the time, you know, and if they can't come in, which right now in the California office, they're still closed. People can come in here and do in-store shopping, but we're only allowing one person at a time. So there's still a lot of restrictions. People can call and have a 45-minute conversation if we need to with one of our staff members that are estheticians and that are working with the products.
For sure. And then if you want to learn how to sugar, you can just jump online and click the education section, and we're happy to help you no matter where you are located.
Exactly.
And you can get your Sugar of the Nile training kit, and we can train you online. And then as soon as we are able, we can get back into that training facility and perfect your skills when it's safe to go back. So
can't wait for it. It's such a good program, Shannon. It really together has been so amazing. Our newest employee, Trini, just went through it, and she is just so excited and loves it.
I can't wait to get my hands on her and get her skills even better.
That you do in the industry too. I mean, you've just opened up so many doors for so many people, and us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Plus, we have some fun along the way.
Totally.
For sure.
Always have fun with you, Shannon.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So, audience, my Sugar Show peeps, if you are really ready to take your business to the next level, whether you're a student and you're starting back up, or you're starting up, or you are reopening, just please understand that what a distributor can offer you is, again, like many flowers in a vase, many spokes to a wheel. There's so many things that they can offer you in one place where you feel like you can ask the questions. If you're not really sure about a product or you just want to try something out, a distributor like Alexander's Aesthetics and Alexander's Aesthetics 2 in Colorado can really help you to be the best, most well-rounded sugaring professional that you can be. So thank you so much for being a part of the show. And I look forward to seeing you in class very soon.
Thank you too. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shannon, and everyone who might be listening. We hope that we do get to see you in person one of these days before too long.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Have a good one, and cheers to your sweet success.
Okay.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. For more information, visit us at www.love2sugar.com or our Facebook page, Love to Sugar, where our community has come together to help you be a better sugaring professional. Cheers to your sweet success.